We're here.
We're here.
I know we both put our hands on our heads.
It has been, man, it's been, oh, so we need to start officially, right? So let's
Yeah.
start officially.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Doing the Doctorate. We are so excited. This is the show that inspires, informs, and impacts doctoral dreamers. It's also the place where we celebrate folk who are doing what doctors do, and that's making a dynamic difference in the world. Needless to say, I'm Dr. Kesslyn, the host of the show, but listen, I'm not doing it alone. So excited to have my friend, my girl, Dr. O, as my co-host. Hey, O.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
I'm
hey.
Dr. O. I'm super excited to be here. I'm the founder and executive director of STEM Early. But me and Dr. Kesslyn go way back. I am a product
Before doctors.
before doctorate. Way before
Wait,
kids.
before doctors
Before
and new
kids.
last names.
Before marriage.
Before marriage.
What?
Isn't that wild?
That's crazy. I just thought about that. Well, I was going to say I am a product of the PhD consultants. I'm a proud graduate. Dr. Kesslyn is the reason why I am Dr. O. Let's just be clear. The only reason that I am here, that I'm doing the doctorate, that I graduated, we're going to go into those stories throughout the season, but it's because of her. So I'm honored to be here and I'm excited. You know, first I was like, man, I wish we had a space like this for me when I was doing my doctorate.
Hello, me too.
But I'm excited to say that I'm here. I'm glad to be here, and I hope that the doctors that join in, the future doctors, will be inspired by what it is we're doing here today. So thank you for choosing me to come.
I'm so excited. It hit me. Oh, like I've been talking, praying, manifesting a podcast for forever. I have friends who've said, you need to do a podcast. I've never done it. I do my lives every Thursday morning, bright and early, but a long form like this, I've never done. And people, you need to do it. My doctor friends, my clients with the PhD consultants, and I was like, there will never be enough time in the day to add something new, to my schedule.
That part.
But
here we are.
I just said, one of my friends, he's the producer of this show, said, you just need to do it. You just need to do it. So I was praying about like, who would match my energy on a Sunday night at 8:00? Oh, it just hit me. And I've talked to other people and, it was the right time. And you are the right person, not just because you're a former client and not just because you're a friend and a sister in the faith. You just the bomb. You just.
Listen. Hold on. Let me sit up a little bit taller, right? You just boosted my self-esteem. Okay, Dr. O in the building. Listen, when you first asked me, I was like, I was a little reluctant, honestly, because, you're just academic excellence personified and your academic prowess is a lot. So I'm like, and I'm me. And y'all know for those of you that know me, know my story. The reason why they were not going to let me pass my oral defense, even though I answered everything correctly twice, they said, well, you don't speak like a scholar. I was reluctant because I was like, oh, I don't want to get on her platform and be, how I do.
Be who you be.
Be who I be.
Be who you be.
Necessary and emphasize. But I said, people need to understand that everybody offers something to the table. Yes. And there's no one, this is what it means. Like, this is what a scholar is. No, we all have something to offer. So I'm hoping that my presence on this platform will just inspire people to just be themselves.
Absolutely.
And do the doctorate.
Absolutely. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to put on the tam. Man. Okay, we're going to put on the... Listen. Because talk about my robe. Hold on. Let's do the tam. Come on.
Wait. Am I putting it on? Girl.
We worked hard for this tam here.
We sure did, and paid a lot of money for it too.
Not for somebody to do it for you. You mean tuition dollars.
Woo! Can I wear one like that?
Come on,
Like,
we're
can
gonna
I
do
do
the
it?
doctorate. Do I need to tilt it to the side? Let's
I feel
tilt
like
it. Come on, tilt.
I feel tilted.
Tilt.
Hey.
Oh man, so y'all, we are so super excited about this podcast. We just, man, I'm excited. So what are we gonna do today? Today, y'all, we're just gonna kind of celebrate the fact that we are here.
Should we like throw them or no? Okay, never
Man,
mind.
how does it feel? I mean, I've been talking about how does it feel to finally, after 2-3 years of talking about doing a podcast, how does it feel to be in this space? What does it feel like for you today?
For me, I feel like hopeful. And I
Mhm.
feel like that I'm going to be able to give inspiration to those who may be in this space, because my journey was a 12-year journey and it was not easy. Like,
Wait, pause. She said 12-year journey.
12.
I talk to people this is what I do on weekends, right? I help people get doctors.
Mhm.
She was frustrated that she started 4 years ago. I was like, oh.
Baby, tell her to call me, beat me.
I said, I hope you come on the show tonight. I hope you join us. 12 years.
12 years. And so tonight I feel like a sense of hope. Like, wisdom is supposed to shrink time, right? And so I'm hoping that the wisdom that we offer on the podcast can shrink the time for somebody else, and that they can glean from what we've gone through, so they don't necessarily have to go through some of the things we've gone through. And so that gives me hope that I can provide a space and a place for people to come and say, you know what, if Dr. O did it, I definitely could do it, so that makes me hopeful.
Yeah. I tend to I don't often tell my story from beginning to end. So over the time that we're doing these podcasts, you'll learn more about our background stories, because there is so much.
There's a lot.
But Doc, it took me 7 years, whatever the max was that Howard University gave to get out.
Wow.
They said, listen, if you don't get out the first day of class, you have 7 years.
Wow.
If you don't get out in 7 years, you're going to have to repeat some classes, or we're going to have to tell you we love you and goodbye.
Yeah.
Year 5.5, I was struggling, just spinning, I just couldn't, there was so much going on. I just couldn't get it together. But year 5.5, no IRB, no clear chapter 2. No,
hey, you ain't had no, wow, you ain't had no IRB.
Listen, I didn't have it. I was like, you need to get unstuck, sister, because you have no money, and you moved here to DC to do this, so get it together. Okay. But I wish I had a space like this too.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that there was such a thing as doctoral support, dissertation I didn't know that existed. I started doing what I do now to support doctoral folk because I needed me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is like, man, this is 2012, 11 years out. I've been doing this.
Wow.
And we are launching a podcast.
And we're here. And you know what? Everyone watching and everyone watching on the replay, you get to sit at the feet of greatness. And I'm talking about Dr. Kesslyn Bray, because if you've been through it, she's been through it. If you think you might go through it, she's already been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the mug.
Several t-shirts.
She said the keychain.
Listen, keychain, hat with not this one, the other one.
The other one. So I'm just excited for everyone to just hear about, and especially for those who may be thinking this, I don't know, they're kind of on the fence and they're not sure if they want to jump in the pool. Jump in, the water's warm, and we're going to teach you how to swim.
Yeah.
And get to the other side. So we're super excited.
Super excited. So we're here because not only do we want to encourage, inspire, inform, impact doctoral folk who were actually in the process, we want to celebrate those who've gone through the process. So if you have any doctor friends, I see Dr. Burton, I see Dr. Newhart. Hey, Dr. Newhart. Hey, Dr. Burton. Hey, Dr. Friends. If you are a doctor and you've gone through, we want to just celebrate you. So we're going to have a time in the podcast when we celebrate doctors who are joining us. And we thank you for the work that you're doing. I'm going to give a special shout out to Dr. Newhart. Dr. Newhart was one of my former professors at Howard University School of Divinity. People like, you, divinity? Yeah, I have a whole lot of, yeah. I love school, okay?
Yeah, you have a lot.
Dr. Newhart was one of my wonderful professors, so I'm just delighted that he's here. But not only do we want to celebrate those who've completed, and we want to help those who are going through, we really want to encourage you.
Yes.
Whether you are a doctor to be, a community member, a friend of ours, we want to encourage you to do the work. Our community needs you to make a dynamic difference in the world. So regardless of where you are in the journey, do the work. Do the work. So I told you we're here to inspire because I remember days when I just needed somebody to say, you can make it. I needed somebody to say, just breathe.
You got this.
Breathe. So I needed at some point, I needed somebody to inspire me. So we want to give you some inspiration. We're going to tell some wonderful inspirational stories along the way. You're going to love it. We are here to inform, right? Inspiration without information just leaves you feeling good for a moment. But inspiration with information empowers you to make the changes for yourself and others. So we're going to give you information that's going to help you get through the program. We're going to give you inspiration and information. Why? Because we really want you to make an impact in your community, right? To me, the doctoral journey, the doctoral degree means nothing if I'm not using it to make impact.
That part.
Right? So if I'm just reveling in people calling me doctor, like, what is that, right? I got the degree to make impact. So we want to encourage you to make impact. And that's why we're here. And thoughts?
Listen, I was thinking, you said a lot. You said a lot. When I always wanted to get a PhD. I have no idea why, but it was always been a thing for me.
Wow.
And before I signed up and did the process, I told somebody, hey, I'm thinking about, going on for my PhD after I got my master's in education. And they said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I want to inspire teachers because I love teachers. I'm very passionate about teaching. And this person, I'm not going to shout out names because I remember who it was. Well, you don't need a doctorate to do that. And
I hear that a lot.
A PhD and an EDD in education, it doesn't mean anything. And you're just going to waste your money. And it was really deflating to hear somebody say that about like a dream that you have. But what I know about having these letters, whatever letters you have, is not only because everybody says this, and it is true, it opens doors, and it opens doors for you to get in rooms that you may not have gotten in if you didn't have those letters. And that is very much true. But the journey teaches you how to think and do the work. So it's not just about getting in the rooms, but it's about being prepared to be in the rooms. Because you know what? Maybe you don't need a PhD to get in the room, but do you know what to do when you get in the room? Because baby, let me tell you, you go through this doctoral process, they teach you how to think and how to do the work and do the research. And listen, I would not be where I am right now if I did not go through the process. And so I just want to just encourage everyone that is joining us. Don't let the naysayer, you know what? If you hear a naysayer, just tune into the podcast. That's all.
Right.
The podcast.
Join us every Sunday, 8:00. Come on.
Join us every Sunday. And we're going to help you out because it is about doing the work.
Yes.
Doing the work within the community. And for me, it's about having more people that look like me with hats on. So like it's a big deal for me to hear my kids say, yeah, my mom's a doctor. My uncle's a doctor. Mommy's friend's a doctor.
Isn't that cool?
It's just really cool And my friend wrote a book called Doc Like Daddy about my brother, and she wrote a book
Yeah.
about herself called Doc Like Mommy.
Oh,
And just people of color in this space is important to me. And
yeah,
just being out there and being visible and doing the work, because it's a very rewarding experience, and we can make a difference.
absolutely.
We absolutely can.
So for those of you who know me, hey everybody who's online, thanks for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm from a very small town. I mean, when I say town, I mean town. Like we don't have enough people in the town to be an official city. So town, one high school in the county town. Okay.
Oh,
So
oh,
one high school in the county. Yeah, seriously. But I I don't believe I even knew that doctors could be something other than medical doctors,
mm,
physicians. I don't think I knew. I was thinking about that last week. Like, when did I know that you could be called doctor and not be a physician? I
mm.
think it wasn't until I went to undergrad. And I
Wow.
remember
Wow.
some of the professors being called doctor and
Right.
doctor. And I was like, wait, why do I have physicians teaching me business
I'm
management?
done. I'm done.
Why do I have physicians teaching me intro to sociology? Like, so I remember looking we had catalog, like paper catalogs.
Okay. Mhm.
What is what is a PhD? What is a DBA? What That's when I realized that you don't
Mm.
have to be a physician to be a doctor,
Right.
right? Representation matters.
It matters.
Matters. So we are here to represent those who are not physicians, but
Right.
who are still doing what doctors do, right? Doing what doctors do. And we want to encourage you. If you've if you've
Yes.
considered getting
Yes.
a doctorate, let's talk.
Let's
Let's
listen.
talk.
Jump on in here. The
Just
water is
jump
warm.
in the water. Let's talk. We can do this. We can do this. So let me just tell you about the podcast. So we'll be here because we have already overtalked our time.
Oh yeah, we're way off. But that's okay.
That's who
That's
we are.
okay.
It's okay. We're really friends in real life.
In
So
real.
the podcast, we're every Sunday, 8 p.m. We have some cool topics. So let me run down the list of what we're going to do. So the first part of what we're going to do is called Doing the Doctorate. It's going to be an inspirational moment. We're going to share a little doctoral golden nugget for you to make you feel good. We want to encourage you and keep you, give you something to keep you through the week. Right.
Yeah.
On Mondays, if you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Where else am I? LinkedIn.
Everywhere,
I think
everywhere.
I'm everywhere. Dr.
Everywhere.
Kesslyn. You will every Monday you'll see a doing the doctorate nugget, right? And so it's to inspire you to keep going, right? And so that's the same thing that's going to happen on the podcast. Then we have doctors on duty. We're going to give some shout outs to some doctors who are on duty. We're going to celebrate the doctors in our community who are making a difference. So tell them to join the if you're a doctor and you're watching or you're listening, put it in the chat.
Yes.
Your name, well, we see your name, doctor of where you graduated from. We want to shout you out. Then we're going to celebrate the doctors who are on duty, who are making a difference, a significant difference. Then we're going to have a doctoral roll call. So if you're a doctor and you're joining us, type it in the chat. Type it. We want to see the comments. You're a doctor, because other people who are watching the replay are going to say, I didn't know you could get a doctor of music education, Dr. Roberto Burton. I didn't know you could get a doctorate of social work or a PhD in social work, Dr. Gary Jones. I didn't know that you could get a doctorate in certain things. So we want to have a roll call so you can we want to shout you out and so other people can be inspired. And then much needed throughout this process. Yes, absolutely. Then we're going to have call the doctor. So, when you have an emergency situation,
yes,
you need to call the doctor. So we're going to share some information in the Call the Doctor segment about how to help you strategically, practically get unstuck. right? That's going to be our teaching, because we're teachers. That's who we
what
are.
we do.
That's
That's
what
what
we
we
do.
do. What
We're
we
going
do.
to have that segment called The Doctor. And then we're going to leave you with a little bit of motivation in the segment called Doctor's Orders. We're going to tell you, we're going to give you a call to action in Doctor's Orders. So that's the show. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Oh, I'm excited.
I'm super excited, and I know people's perspectives are going to be changed, because everything in this process, and really in life, but everything in the doctoral process hinges on your perspective, right? Because your perspective affects your thoughts, which is affects your feelings, which affects your choices, which affects your actions, and so which affects what you receive by way of result of your outcomes. So we know that outcomes can change if perspective changes. And so, how do you change your perspective? By hearing. By hearing. The Bible says faith comes by hearing, but I think perspective shifts come by hearing too. And the Bible says faith comes by hearing, and hearing the word of God. I think perspective shifts on doing the doctorate changes by hearing, and by hearing the words on this podcast. First Dr. O, chapter 1, verse
Come on. Come on. Verses 1 through 5. Verses 1 through 5.
And so we're hoping that we can help you center your perspective in a positive light, because there's so much negativity that comes about through this process, because the enemy and the powers that be, they're just always fighting against you, because they know that you will be changed in this process, but not just you, lives will be changed, communities will be changed. Those who go get their doctorate in social work and then come back to the communities and make these amazing programs that turn these kids from this trajectory to the other trajectory. You know, those who do their doctorate in music and come out with these amazing albums that literally take people off of ledges that are about to kill themselves, but then they hear this inspirational music. Like, that's why we're here. We're here to help you shift your perspective, because perspectives, everything hinges on the way you see this journey. And remember, we are here to help you. We're here to help you. And I'm super excited. I'm super
man. Oh, I want to leave. I just hope people are, and I keep saying it, inspired and informed, but not just for the feel good moment.
Right.
I want people ultimately to make an impact.
Yes.
Right. Living my life without making an impact just means I've wasted time on the earth. I haven't used the gifts and the talents that were given to me by God to make an impact. Then what am I here for? So I hope to make an impact, but I hope people go through the journey so that they can make an impact as well. Really. You know, you said something about the process being difficult. It can be discouraging. There are people on watching us right now who are like, "Who are you telling?"
But listen, I changed my topic 3 times. That means 3 proposals submitted. That means 3 lit reviews. And y'all already know how much time and effort it takes to do chapters 1 through 3 and that daggone lit review. 3 times I got my stuff denied. 3 times.
Wow.
It was tough.
But your doctor.
But
your
I'm
doctor
here
now. Come on. Yeah.
You gotta get my good side.
Oh my goodness. So I tell people, if we could do it, listen, you'll learn more about our story later. Reach out to us. We'll be glad to tell our stories. I'm Dr. Kesslyn everywhere. Dr. O, STEM Early. You're going to learn about STEM Early. You're going to learn about what we do at the PhD Consultants. We're here to help you. We really are here to support you through the journey. Well, listen, 29 minutes live.
Listen, we did it.
We did it. Yes. I just want to,
I was going to say, and speaking of doing the work, I will be hopping on a plane to go to the Early Childhood STEM Conference in San Jose, California. So if you're going to that conference, all my STEMers, please hit me up, shout me out. I'm everywhere you see at Sam Early or at Arinthia Harris, PhD. I would love to connect with you all.
Yeah, this week I'm just I'm doing the work in the office this week because for the next 2 weeks I'll be on the road. I'll be in Birmingham, Alabama, and then I'll be in Chicago.
Wow.
And then I have to do a presentation this Friday, but it's virtual. So I'm still here. But this is what we do. Doing the doctorate is about doing the work of the doctorate. So I'm so glad you all joined us tonight. Yay for our lunch party. I'm so glad. Remember, the doctoral degree, it is not merely a degree of intelligence. It is a degree of persistence. And we are here to help you persist. Why? Because your research matters. It matters. All right. Thank y'all for being here. We look for we go live podcast version and video April the 2nd. So it will be every Sunday night, 8 p.m. podcasting. Just follow us so you can know where we're going to be. And listen, it's going to be awesome. Thanks. Love you. Thanks, Dr. Jones. Love you, Mom and Daddy. Bye.
Oh, that's so sweet. Bye, y'all.